Hello, hello, hello. Check 1, 2. How we all doing? Welcome along. Why can I not? Game Sound. There it is. It's Game Sound. How we doing? Good evening. You having a good week so far? Back on Willow Springs, Willow River, and gonna get into some things, but I don't actually know what we're gonna get into at the moment because you know the bank account has gone up. I think we were just on $500,000. I was on last time at $1.2 million almost. Plus there's a new field in the farm. Field 4 has been purchased. 1 and 2 are sitting here. They've been planted with oats. They've been harvested as well. Sorghum sitting in the bins. 500,000 litres. Another $65,000 there. There's a couple hundred K worth of soybeans. We're rolling in it. We are absolutely rolling in it. So it's a good time to be alive. And yeah, a lot of hard work. A lot of effort put in on the servers. Including a new shed as well. It's funny actually that they put a shed up here because this is where I thought about putting a shed up and actually had on the setup I started doing a series on this. Which never actually got anywhere, but it makes it much easier having a drive through here for the combines. Driving in and around, you don't have to bother backing up those header trailers or anything like that, so makes jobs much easier. But yeah, good evening. Hope you guys are all doing well. There is a truck over in here as well, so I've got the truck in there, but I think if we look at the menu, sorghum's still to peak. I know it's saying 523, we're at 532 at the moment. Because it's going down, but I think it's still meant to peak next month, so might just have to wait there for that. $10 extra, yeah, $10 extra adds up. I reckon we wait, but we're just trying to solve what we can do because only 3 deadwood contracts and cotton harvesting, and with the rules we have in place we can't actually do cotton harvesting because that goes against what we want to do. So I think we might just sleep, skip forward to at least to next month. We can get and do some selling. No, Hyper's just logged in. He seems to know what's going on around this place, so maybe he might have suggestions, but we need to make the most of having half a dozen people on the server. So jump in here, sleep through to 8 AM the next morning. Welcome along everyone, good to see you. Garrick, evening to you mate. Wednesday is here, Yoran. Good day to you my friend, hope all is well. Good to see you Mark, welcome along my friend, good to have you here as well. I know all the English fans are probably looking forward to the fact that football in the morning, 4 AM here in New Zealand, English game. Camera's horribly camera's off, so we can after last week's effort, I had to roll back to a slightly older camera, so some slightly older settings. I might have got a little bit wrecked by that. It's just here, that, right. Here we go. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. All right. What's that done to our price? Again, 537. So it's still going up. It's still climbing. So we do want to make the most of that. So that up a little more. Yes. Sleep. We sleep again. Oh, actually, we're in July. I don't want to sleep. I'll cancel that. I guess we can go sell because that's probably, you reckon, about as good as it's going to get. Showing people sleep one. Looks like we're going to sleep one more day. We'll have a look. So 537 is what we were on. See if it's going to be higher or lower. Good to see you, Darren. Welcome along, mate. Dr. Fish, kia ora. Welcome along. Cheers to you. I know you enjoy the whiskey pairing. I'll go into that in just a little bit. All right, still sitting there at 537. We actually have to go to New South Wales Rail, so this will actually be fun. We need to use the train. And we've only slept to 6 AM. 10 just to get a little bit of light. We'll have a look at spawned any Isaac cultivating contract. That'll give something for someone to do, but let's see if we can get into a bit of daylight hours and go and do some truck driving. Farmer Flage, how you doing? Good to see you, Craig. Evening, mate. Welcome along. Chinook, how you doing? Hyper, how you doing, mate? Want to sleep 4 hours? Where am I? Probably pressed the wrong button. Good to see you, Chinook. Welcome along. Congrats on the new job too. It's pretty cool. Now, I don't have player names. SG the other day. Find out. Alright, so Rex is getting loaded up. Not sure how many. What does this truck take? 50, 180,000, so that's about 3 truckloads. Giving me the privilege of. I know Mark's in the driver's seat. Mark's got it sorted. Alright, let's go and have a look and see if we can actually get forward. See, isn't it funny? It's Sensor's price for you. Why does it? It's good price. I don't understand some of the censorship on this. Alright, price on its own. If I go D price. I don't know what's causing that. Bizarre. Bizarre. Okay. Let them sell. What are we gonna do? Hopefully get some more cultivating contracts pop up. Sitting around doing nothing. We can build some Lego. We can build a Arian. Get that all set up ready to go too. We will just jump in a truck and hang out and do that. Here we go. G'day Kiwi Gaming, how you doing? Good to see you, Gilby, welcome along. Have you here, and good to have you in the server. Hyper, nice to have you here as well. Orange time is finally over. Yes, that's a little unfortunate, isn't it? The Dutch. Right, like, guessing they're letting me straight the truck, so I'm gonna jump in and go for it. So, we're gonna head down to. I think, can we overload down at the rail here? I think, and that's Queensland, so we actually need to train through. Oh, actually. Interesting. Yeah. Say the best sale price. New South. Flash in there. Farmers market. This is New South Wales rail rain. There we go. Let's add a train next to it. I'm confused now. Where do you reckon we go? New South Wales rail. Rails there. It's actually tagged. Not going anywhere. Oh, that one's flashing. That says Victoria, but that one's flashing. Okay, we go that way. Alright. Well, we'll go down to this south point anyhow, and then we're going to have to, reverse the train back up to the other one? So that's how it's going to work. Let's see. Alright. 180,000 litres is what? Or did I say 3 loads? At least you made it to the knockout stages, Garen. That is a lot of trailer. It is. You know, the longest ever road train, I think, was made in 2008 as a bit of a gimmick, but it was 143 trailers long. It was like 1.2 kilometres. And they did manage to move it. It moved 100 metres. But your uniform today, been walking around the terminals even though I've been there before. Oh, getting the orientation, is it? They go and show you what a plane is. This is a plane. This is the front. Here's the back. Don't stand in front of these when they're spinning because they'll have a tendency to try and eat you. That's cool though, mate. I'm pleased you've got that all sorted out. That's good. G'day Shane, good evening, mate. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, it must be Victoria's the destination. It must be Garrick. Didn't care much about the team, so not too sad about getting out when they did. Yeah, although it was pretty sad to hear the news about Gakpo and his family. I hadn't heard about. Oh, and then we were going to go oversteer because we're heavily loaded, and I tried to turn going too fast. Yeah, I hadn't heard the news about that and wondered why he was so emotional when he saw it. Oh, very sad. They needed an extra 15 air compressors to fill the air tanks before they could move as the prime mover could pump them. That's, who would have thought? Things you don't think about. Craziness. And I see my controller's gone back to doing these annoying things. I thought I'd got rid of this as a problem. My controller had been behaving so well for so long. I started doing it the other night. Refresh dead zones maybe. Alright, now I need to remember which street road we need to go down to get to the train. I need to make sure I don't dump into a silo which sells. I need to dump into the one where we can overload it. Alright, we'll figure it out. It's all of the same thing, isn't it? This one or the next one? I know it was the next one last time. Well, see what we can find. Sean, can you help? I can't seem to buy the field info on any field. Precision farming. Can't help you. Sorry, Sean, I don't know why that would be. I haven't had any problems. I don't think we've had any problems. Saying that, I don't think we've actually got farming on. Let's save. Alright, let's go have a look. I can find in here. Weybridge, always a good sign we're heading in the right direction. The train. We rented the train, or is it just happens to be sailing past? Just happened to be sailing past, did it? Okay. Where do we rent the train from? Rent the train while it's closed. Was it that and that R? Right, that's the train being rented, and then we are... Right. Let's have a look here. We'll get over this one. Make sure don't start selling. Start dumping. No, so we're not selling, so that's obviously... I'm assuming it's going into storage. That would explain where it should go. See the train rolling backwards now. Yeah, back to your... We do. Oh, yeah, we seem to be able to buy it alright. That's buying the field. Do we have to own? We probably have to own the field to buy. Buy it without owning the field. Right, it's the train back. The trailers. It's done its thing. Gonna have a look if we can jump up into here. I feel like I'm stealing your brother's jobs. Go from place to place. Cover. Now, I can't actually find the sorghum. It's filling up very quickly. That took 100,000 litres in no time. Right, G. Open the next one. This is 150,000 litres, so we're not quite going to get it all in one. Right. Yeah. Filling as it's emptying. Here we go, it's 150,000, so that's the first one full, so we'll cycle through all our trailers to there. That hopper, that one. I think. Because far away, but with the hopper opened on that next one. Alright, that can fill. That's sitting there. Alright. So I'll carry on. Move some more. So that's one load, and we've got 500,000 litres basically to do, so we must have two more trips. I'm doing alright, Lucifer. Asking. Name's Jack. I just asked her about Jack at the prices of Xbox. He went out and bought a Series X on Monday. It works great. I'm not GTA 6 ready. Just into November. That's how I've been looking at PS Pros. I didn't realise how much they'd gone up in price over the last few while. I think they launched at about, I want to say 1,200 New Zealand dollars, and it's almost 1,700. I kind of feel like it's a must do. All my what? How you doing? Is my map far off from completion? Looks great so far. Yes and no. There's not a huge amount to do. It's just quite time consuming to do, and to do it to the standard I want it done to. Like I could release the map now, playable. It's not finished. No, I don't want it to be released in that state. I want people to enjoy it as a finished map, so. Still a bit longer to go. Longer to go. My driving is terrible. I almost feel like I should put my steering wheel. So now I don't have to worry about the train coming because it's gone the other way. Alright. I'm doing some modding as per normal. Break the engine coding. Break it. Manipulate it. Brad K, thank you very much for the subscriber. Appreciate it. %'s a bit of a hike, isn't it? Just steal my brother's Pro. I think my wife, his wife got him one last year. But my wife didn't buy him one. Alright. Oh, it's a bit boring for everyone else who's on the server at the moment. That's all there is to do. Alright, let's start going on that. Have there been any cultivating contract? Let's take on a cultivating contract. Too far away. Get to. Do that. What are the most common agri brands in New Zealand similar to Oz? Probably very European based. I would suggest. John Deere would have definitely been the main tractor for a long time, but Ford was a lot of the older tractors, but we have everything now. Ultra, Bent, Massey, New Holland, Class, Case, John Deere, SCB, pretty much see them all, but a huge amount of John Deere and Case would be the two biggest brands. And then we've got, all the standard Kernland and Class forage equipment and all those kind of things. I think the biggest, well, New Zealand's quite different. Like the area I live in is, it's not as big on the arable side of things, so you don't see huge, 9RXs or quad tracks or anything like that. But I do know that there is those down in Canterbury area, probably a bit further north of North Canterbury rather than Winchester where I am, but where my map is. Certainly is some big land down there. Big equipment, X9s and quad tracks and all of that sort of carry on. There's a really cool YouTube channel, Canterbury Kiwi. He does a whole lot of shorts, but he does videos of a whole lot of agriculture, mainly in the South Island, New Zealand, all the different things they do down there. Quite interesting. Alright. But it looks a bit dark on stream, doesn't it? It's like you're watching something in the pitch black. I'm gonna go out here too fast again, am I? Oh, keep it straight this time. So he's managed to catch our new series with FSG in Paoli, Wisconsin. On a bit of a battered and beaten dairy farm with some old older equipment. Quite looking forward to it actually. A fun first episode and playing around with that soil fertilizer mod. Lots and lots to learn. Fun to learn it as we go as well. Bit of a marathon a lot first episode, but always is when we do a bit of a farm tour and set the scene. If we don't do that, then I don't know. Let's jump straight into it. Skipped all of that and you'll find out what we've got as we go. I like it because it adds a lot of the stuff I've always wanted farm sim to have, which is having those variable fertilizer requirements and having more than just weeds in a crop and different things to think about. Obviously it's very limited in how it can be applied to the game, so in some regards it's a little clunky. Oy. Oh no. This could be disastrous here, folks. Argsy's controller has sold him up the river. I should use that as my excuse for why I drove into a river once. My controller made me do it. Go the Packers. I was really fascinated when I learned that Packers are a wholly community-owned football team. I thought that was really cool. beautiful farm region you've driven through is around the Inslaw Paradise region north of Glenorchy. What a place to live and farm. I can only imagine. Never been up there. Drove through sort of anywhere down in that Otago area is pretty cool. Unique styles of farms, all of them though, aren't they? Yeah, there's meant to be soil compaction in it as well. So have a read. The GitHub's really informative about explaining how things work. Definitely worth having a read of that if you've got time. Because yeah, it's meant to have soil compaction, the weeds, but even things like if it rains, you leach nitrogen. So when it rains, your nitrogen level drops. But then on the flip side of that, when it's when there's lots of growth, the organic matter in that helps bring nitrogen back in. So there's so much that's been thought about of it. Just how it all works. Fascinating. Yeah, it's interesting, eh, Garrick? There was some conversation here in New Zealand because one of the rugby teams here, which was called Moana Pacifica, the Super Rugby, was set up to try and, or to give Pacific Island players an opportunity to play professional sport here in Super Rugby competition. But it's just wound up in the last month or two because of lack of funding and the whole community-owned model discussed. And Packers came up as an example of where that's been done successfully, but been like that for what, 60 years or something silly like that. So while it's worth probably billions now, didn't require billions of investment up front to get it there. It's just grown into the beast it is. Hey Welsh, how you doing, mate? See you. Green Bay's the smallest city to host a major sporting franchise. And there you go. Interesting. I looked away at the time. Oh, this is going to infuriate me if it does this all night. Just start up the thrust map. Thrust master mapper. Check. It's a bit more polished, it will rival precision farming. I think it'll exceed precision farming. What was fascinating was when I reinstalled everything, I got my new computer and set everything up, I didn't have this issue. Almost like something gets leached into the code that just went away completely. Fresh windows are installed, incoming. We're not doing that. Not doing that. Yeah, I think definitely the thought and consideration that's gone into it and the depth of it, pretty cool. And a lot of it's customizable, so you can turn bits and pieces off and not actually have to use it. I wonder if it's like there's a conflicting control coming from another input device. We've been blaming the controller the whole time along. It's actually one of the worst of that. Who knows? Morning Hanson, how are you? Oh, there's a corner cut. Chaos. Ugh. Maybe I should have just stuck to sitting in the train and let someone else do it. Not center. plugged in anymore. See if that stops it. I have a powered USB hub that has individual ports I can power on and off. Turn it on and off. If that fixes it. Could be any sorts of things. Anyhow. Starting to get a little bit brighter over there on the horizon. So the sun coming up. Right, one more load to go, so our last one. Get there and back. Love the reflection on the damp soil. Alright, suss this out. 139,000 litres, so we are going to need all 3 trailers. If we put some in the back first, it's 80 and 50 would have been 130. All 3 need. If it's not quite full, does it? We're gonna have to pull it back. Nothing else we needed to haul was soybeans aren't for a long time. This is one thing that's ran the wrong way. See, we're in July. It's telling us July's the best price, but which is technically now, but actually January. So it's one thing that the north and southern hemisphere doesn't correct. I don't know whether it's a across the board issue. It's just on meaning to look into for Winchester if I have the same problem. Alright, last load. We'll get this down to the train and then we'll take the train for a drive across the map and then we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Like I said, there's not much to do on the map at this time of year. I think we've got a couple of months of very lean pickings, but I reckon next week, and we can end up outside the fence here. So there it goes, it's still a glitch. I reckon next week we go and get some sheep. Sheep, we need grass, need some hay. I'll have to plan that properly. Dealers. Good evening, Bruce. How you doing, mate? Like it's been a wee while since I've seen you in chat. Hope you're doing alright. Still king of Kinloch, are you, Bruce? Everyone in line. Well, since we've been up to Topol. Yeah. Speaking, that would have been around Easter when the V8s were on in the last time we were there. Right. Well, you still listening? Still tuned in? Sheep only at the moment, Garrick. In terms of, I mean, we're not going to have anything if I can't drive straight. Playing the whiskey next. Sheep was the main objective with the Aussie farm. So no plans for chickens at this stage. Probably able to do enough contracts if we did ever want to do that. We could probably siphon some wheat off. In fact, there might even be a little bit of wheat in the silo. You are there. Am I allowed to mention what's planned for the weekend? Notice you haven't put it anywhere yet. You ain't gonna ditch me. At least no one came here for driving lessons. That golden light on the side of these. These are white trailers, aren't they? They're yellow trailers. Yeah, yellow. Oh, white. White. Right, let's go slow across here and not get ourselves all tangled up and wedged in again. Maybe you've changed your mind. Yeah, you just might have. Alright, last of the sorghum in here. Socceroos playing Egypt with 4 on Saturday morning. So what of that? It'll be 6 for us. See, I'm a bit disappointed the England game's at 4 AM for us tomorrow, so it's a no-no. I won't be getting up for that. It's actually snowing in Australia. That. Seen it all now. Alright, here we go. So on Saturday morning New Zealand time, Friday evening UK time, I'll be joining Mr. Welsh Sim Farmer and Mr. Farmer Sim at the apprentice at the farmer's table. We're sitting down having a virtual meal. Maybe a coffee for me and a pint for the lads. Maybe I could bring myself to day drink and have a beer with them at that time in the morning. But yeah, I'm gonna catch up and talk all things farm sim, I suppose. I don't know. See where we end up. Who knows what we'll talk about? The joys of those kind of things. End up completely where you don't expect them to be. Snowing in Australia. Well, yeah, I know there is areas where it snows. Right, next one. Is it thriller? Right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, feel free to take the track back, Gilby. Alright, we're gonna have 4 carriages full. It's just about full. Full now. One more. So we'll close the one we just on. Look, there you go, 50,000 litres to go. Day drinking's the way forward. That's true. How can you drink all day if you don't drink at night? Right, sorghum's empty. Anything else for later? Oh, we won't be able to, because we've only got sorghum. Oh look, I'm not the only one who has problems driving. Gilby is too. Good. Alright, we're going to reverse this sucker all the way back over to the other side of town. So, let's go. Reverse train driving. Get this sold. While I'm doing that, pulling my convenience stool aside. Maneuver my Lego / not Lego setup in picture so we can make a start. I've gone for a more traditional Argsy Lego approach tonight, but I've got a stool on the side. That should work better. Make sure we keep going in reverse. And we'll get there. Alright. 3 Ks to go. Ticking down. I'm a little bit worried. I haven't yet found any stickers for this. I know there's well, I don't know if there's printed parts. There's definitely parts that look like they need stickers, but I don't know if they do need stickers or not. So a little bit worried. Not too worried. Mindful of the fact. So it should be fun. It should be fun to have a chat with the lads. Always fun to see where the comments. Oh look, we just caught the crop duster who's just done his run under the bridge. Easy bugger. Stickers cost extra. Hope not. Alright, sorry. Right, mate. Must be getting close. One kilometre to go. Whoa. Now we're getting there. We could have come and loaded up at this one too, but it's easier to do the other one. Alright, so we should get a little notification. Do we want to sell? We have. Where we're going. Not much. We don't have much snow here in New Zealand yet. I think it was only last week or a week and a half ago that we finally had a decent dump of snow on some of the ski fields. Alright, do you want to sell the load? Yes, New South Wales Rail. Right, what are we going to get off this? 500,000 litres. I think it was predicting about 260,000. I reckon it's going to be over 300,000. 268 plus the environmental total of 30. 290. What was that? 297? Match bang on $297,000. It's not bad. Not bad. I am now left in the middle of nowhere, but have our way over here. So yeah, it was positive, wasn't it? That's all sorted out. So I guess the question is now the cultivating contract, or we skip time. I'm going to leave it up to you guys online to decide what you want to do. Hyper Rex, Mark, I'll let you guys if you want to sleep and go through to whatever the next month is. Let's just look. We're in July. If you have a look here, literally there's grass, radish, and potentially soybeans. But we do have a little issue with the mod that allows for controlling which crops are planted, and at the moment it hasn't actually given any seeding contracts. As you can see, a lot of nothing growing across the map. So hopefully when we get into, we've missed that window because it's March, April, May when a lot of barley, canola, things we can harvest, oats, wheat, and are planted. So a little bit stuck. Sorghum and soybeans, putting up with a whole lot of those. That's right. Maybe two. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that sleep request. We'll jump forward, and I will bring up a bit of a change in scenery. Have a look here. Oh, my camera's frozen. Alright. It's no good. I was thinking my keyboard's not there anymore. What's that? In. Sleep in. Now I haven't gone and turned off the port that one's plugged to. That'll do it when it's plugged into the same port that I'd turned off. Looks broken. Here we go. Now we're back. Yay, some hands. Right, we'll keep on looking out for these sleep requests from Hyper. See where we stop. But anyhow, what are we building? This is tonight's model, so the class Arian 660. So it's the last of the 3 class sets that they released recently that we've still got to do. So we've done the telehandler and the combine. This is the 3rd finale of the lot, and I did pick up this little set the other day too. 117 pieces, a little wheeled log harvester. So something else to do at some stage as well. Alright, let's have a look here. Bad news 2 days ago, you're going to lose your rider. I'm sorry to hear that, Bruce. That sucks. Terrible, terrible news to have happen. On any more sleep requests? If I miss them, they won't come through. It's just actually no contract. Bit of a dampener on that. Yeah, that sucks. Bruce, I'm sorry to hear that. Doing it the other way where you just speed up time, then sleeping doesn't matter. So here and enjoy the season's racing pass. So I haven't talked with these guys at all about it, but one of my plans, the sheep, is to get our hands on this plot of land, 61. Basically put a fence the whole way around the perimeter of that. Probably I'll just square off up there. Come into the one of that comes in actually. Be part of the map. The map lands how much Bible for 100. We already own that, don't we? No 130. Anyhow, my plan was to acquire this plot as a home for our sheep. See how many we can get on there. That's the thought. Skip into the next month. Good idea. Hopefully we'll get some contracts. You might have to even go another month yet. Piper. Hey Incendiary, how you doing? You were talking about getting that land for sheep. Yeah. Great minds think alike. Hey Farmerson. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. See you. I was just spilling the beans that we're going to have a bit of a chinwag on the weekend. Friday for you, so Saturday for me. Work out well. Argsy's heading away. The lighting sometimes on this. Mrs. Argsy's heading away. Where's all the money gone, by the way? Is that gone on repayments, or did we repay something off? A lot of money that just doesn't. Is someone stealing from us? Oh, did we? We must have paid off the old combine that was sitting in there. Paid off the harvest that was leased. There you go. Just proving I was paying attention, Piper. Okay, nothing gets past me. Yeah, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. Saying I always, times I've done something like this, I always enjoy the conversation because it can just go. It could go anywhere, and you can get completely off tangent and sidetracked and talk about all sorts of things. It's good fun. Right, that done. Yeah, cultivating one, but that's about it. Worth it. Don't get out of bed for that sort of contract. So I'll put that down there. Space. I've actually been playing around with a slightly different setup. I've been thinking about doing something. Yeah, it goes more like that. Game. More like that. And just having camera up the top and the chat down the other side. I need to do a little bit more work to make it look good before we do that. Oh, sure. You're gonna get an 8-ball, Bruce. Would that make you able to be able to, if someone said, you know, who's going to make the decision for that, I'll ask the 8-ball. That could be you. You could be forced to make people's decisions. That's an interesting question, because I didn't know if SG was using a worker. I thought he was driving. But then I was reading all the comments on his channel, because he was doing that, and I was reading his comments, and people were saying you had a worker, and I 100% reckon that's what it's going to be. I haven't logged into the server yet to check it, but that would make complete sense as to what it was. Because that's one of those things you can overlook so easily at the start of a series or start of a game. You know, it's just one of those settings that, unless you're paying perfect attention, you just overlook them. Yeah, he was drone, but it was ticking down as if it's a worker. I mean, that could be the explanation. You might have also set it up on Courseplay or something like that, and been using a worker anyhow without, just so you can get some good camera angles. Alright, cheers, Erin. Okay. Mini, mini, money, mo. 4 on there, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. FSG never does the work. It's all smoke and mirrors, mate. And even when he's doing the work, he doesn't do the work, if you know what I mean. Was me doing the work. I'm like a pleb. I'll do the work if you don't have to. Let's have a look. Where's our contracts at? Bale wrapping, sunflower harvest, tiny, climbing. Not sure what the plan is for planting our third field either, by the way. And see, herein lies the problem, right? What contracts are we going to get when you look at this map? 1, 2. The only fields that have anything in them are the small ones. Oh, you've brought 61. Well, I don't know what sheep pen we're going to use, Hyper, because I was quite keen to use one of the placeable ones, like a modded one. I really don't. I don't know. We could use the. I don't know if this one produces wool though, does it? So it doesn't. Yeah, but otherwise we could put it like that. Dispense the whole lot. What do we say? FSG needs to use the auto wash at midnight mod. Give them easy outs, hence. What do we reckon? Are we comfortable with a sheep barn like that? For our sheeps? Or do we go for something different? Like the fenceless pastures by see, they don't have fences. Maybe we do see something like this. Let's just use something like this, eh? Then we can do it. A little bit back here, because then the fence will line up on the edge. Alright, I'm doing it. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I absolutely do. And we're going to go big and go home. Camera angle front. Oh, fair enough. There's a mod that which does allow you to zoom out. Cut that bit. Straight across there. Why would we own that bit of land, eh? Oh. Actually move. Come on, Argsy. Because my keyboard wasn't in front of me, I was thinking I couldn't do that. Ah, great. Now, I was thinking if we go straight down there, and when we buy this field, we could plough that a little bit into it. So, go back a segment. Yeah. Straight. Good. This is going to be an expensive fence, by the way. Next question is, how many sheep are we going to fit in this? Okay. Holy moly, do you want to plant? Yes, we do. Ooh, there we go. Holy hecka, there's our sheep pasture. How good does that look? Boom. Alright, now my next question is, should we put the animal trailers here as a mod? Be a next time. That might have to be a next time. No, we don't. The Roy trains, aren't they? So they'd be under R. Nope, no Roy trains. Ah, rats. Wow. And then buy a sheep. 492. It's not bad. Good number. Here we go. This one on the farm. We have sheeps. How you doing? Welcome to the farm. Sitting down already. Alright. Job. It does look good. It's gonna work out well. Alright. So what happened with oh, we're doing a liming and a bale wrapping. Okay. So, yeah. Take 39, 7. I think liming one's going to be done in no time, so you'll be doing this bale wrapping. Okay. Alright, have something happening on the screen while we're doing this. How you doing, Kiwi? Good to see you, mate. And you're welcome. It had, like I said, it had been quite some time since I've caught you live. I know you haven't been streaming too much lately, but Eternal Lego Peace Hunt. Yes. What did you think of the Sky equipment? Anyhow, what's your thoughts on that? I haven't had I actually only when you were playing with it, I hadn't even downloaded it. I thought, oh, I'll go in and download it now. What's your thoughts on how it works and some of the new features, the dirt falling off and those kind of things? If I had, hey Gary, how you doing? Wondering if I had any suggestions on how to manage mods between save games that might be different styles. I have the perfect thing for you. If I go to here, hopefully that's going to catch up. What's going on? All right. So I use FSG Mod Assistant. This is by the Farm Sim game. Basically, each of these is a folder for a game save. So FSG and Ice Kinley multiplayer was there, so that had all our multiplayer mods that we use for that one. Willow River, where we are now, that's got all the mods we have installed on here. What else is there? Some of our other servers. That's our new server with FSG. So basically everything in there. My Winchester testing server save. So everything is in there, and basically when you want to change, you just go through. It's really easy. You add a folder, browse wherever your mods are, click on one of those, select folder, adds it in, and then you can basically drop down here. And if I was going to go mining, for example, I could go set active. Basically that changes where the mod file is, where the game's looking for the mods, and it starts looking in that folder. Once again, if I up my mods, I basically under mods then have a folder for each mod in there, and whatever I have in there. You can add it and remove it. It's really easy. Works really, really well. Big fan. Big fan. Been using it for ages. Used it in 22, now using it in 25. Goes well. Oh, Gilby's just about done. So highly recommend using that. And if you are really stuck on how it works, I did do a video on it back in 22 when 22 came out. So yeah, it should be able to find that, which would give you a bit of a guide on how it all works. It's really good when you're playing on multiplayer servers as well, because then anytime you have a server which has a different set of mods on it, so for example, this server might have a different version of a tractor than another server, and you can't overwrite the mod all the time. You've got to have the maximum version, so it's a good way to keep those up going. Right. Yeah. Way to do that. This is stupid. It's meant to go in there, but it has no holding, no bite. Can't get my finger in under it far enough to... It's not very well put together. I'm not very happy with that. King. Alright. The dirt falling off is well done. I'm looking forward to trying that out, seeing how that goes. Man, I've never been so stumped by some instructions as I am right this second. And you can't actually see all of this. Let's switch camera back. But yeah, definitely try that out, Gary. And yeah, fish out the video. I can highly recommend it. The guy's a bit of a doofus, but other than that, that's helpful. Okay. That way there. Then this bit is pull back like that. That one there's got a bit more bind, so see that bit there? Pushed it up underneath there, and it's actually holding on. I'll do it on the other side where it tells me to do. But up in under here, no hold. It has no grab on it. The other way around. Yeah, see, that's just... one of these three. It's the size of the hole on this other side, so pretty poor tolerances on that. It's frustrating. I'm going to have to leave that sitting there, and hopefully something comes along soon and actually holds it all in place, but it's pretty weak if that's what it relies on. Some of the stuff will become your go-to. It's interesting. FSG's app handy in setting up a new game save. I've played with it, but I don't set up new game saves often enough to justify it. I can see how it'd be useful. I've got a little bit ahead of myself. Right at the second. Which is unlike me, I never do that. Go it that way. You've always got my utmost respect for doing what you do on stream here, mate. I still forget to sort my mic audio channel out, let alone swap cameras and waterbuild Lego at the same time. I still screw it up sometimes, as you would have just seen, but... Something I actually don't mind doing is a little bit of multitasking. It's the mind going. And I also frequently make mistakes with my Lego too. So it's not a perfect world, that's for sure. Go like that. Looking forward to the weekend, mate. I'll catch you then, Welsh. Oh, see, it actually goes around there like that. That wasn't very obvious, so I could see there. Right. Bale wrapping contracts obviously failed, I'm guessing, because there's a bale that's been left unwrapped. Assuming it wouldn't wrap, for whatever reason. Either that or the bale wrappers run out of wrap. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that pasture. It's a pretty cool use of that field. Very good use of that field. Okay, up here. Puppy dog's causing trouble. So Argsy's out at the moment. Bugged bale wrapper. Annoying. Frustrating when that happens. Okay, that goes on there. It's easy. This is also a bit of an easy one too, Farmer Sim, because I'm not doing any work at the same time. I'm gonna drive a tractor. There it is. Found it. G'day, farming. How you done? Jolly good to see you. I'm doing all right. I'm alive and I haven't been kicked out of home, so can't be all bad. Hang on. Why is it showing A14? Oh, okay. I was on that piece. Oops. I got to do it twice. Okay, that makes more sense. Goes that way. Okay. Figured it out. This is when you lose track of where you are and you do silly things. It's funny because it says it's a square bale wrapping contract. Okay. Puppy dog. She's a little lost because this is Argsy's out. A bit of a loose end. How's things going in your world anyhow? Crops all growing well? Doing what they're meant to be doing? But they handle the heat. Enough moisture floating around that they made it through that alright? The Grand Prix this weekend, isn't it? Silverstone? UK? Good race actually on the weekend. Very impressed with it. Lots going on. What's going on? Okay, so see, this now goes on and holds that piece in place. So put this right on. So oh, no, it doesn't actually click together at all. Still growling at something. No, I wasn't on far enough. Stella. I was on. Oh, I'm confuzzled now. Ah, that. Like that, but goes further on there like that. Right. Now I got bits. Here we go. On the bottom. There we go. Almost. See, I would have built it that way. That on top and then that on the bottom. And then we're good. And this one comes in on the other side like that. That all clips onto here somehow. Backwards. Okay. I think we've got it right. Winter stuff, wheat, and say canola. Looks okay. Spring stuff is thin, even thinner on lighter ground. At the fact prices falling, then I'm very excited to start harvesting. I did see that some winter barley had been started. I saw on Facebook. Well, I appreciate you guys are hanging out with me tonight because I know it's a farming simulator stream, but we're not actually doing much farming. So happens the way things have fallen for the server. That's alright. Still chew the fat and chat to build. Finish off the collection. And we're skipping time again, so hopefully we'll get to a point where something might happen. Gonna have to sort out these not plantable crops. I think Hyper has sorted that out. He just needs me to upload something onto the server. Starting next Monday. So busy getting all your equipment sorted out, making sure everything's ready to go, are you? Or it all got put back in the shed at the end of last season and it was ready to go anyhow. Don't have to worry about it. Bella. Bella, come here. Right. Oh. A bit like it might be a rear linkage or for the trailer. No, maybe not. If it goes on top like that. Stella, come here. So, what are we doing now? Looks like we're doing... just can't make that out. Go. Just a touch. My camera ended up on that side. big. I wanted to see that one. There we go. Anyhow. Alright, where are we? We're in October now. What's happening with the contract? Now we've made it to October. Crickets. Our fields are ready to harvest though. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. This is what the boys are getting ready for. Nice. Right. Hey Shea, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Welcome along. Good to have you here. I might have to go and let the dog out. Going back to your vid with FSG, were you mixing some of the new fertilizers from SNF, like putting 2 different types in one spreader? No, we didn't mix any. We just bought one bag, one type. We just had 4 bags of it. It was just one of the types. We just used the MAP or something like that. I'll go and I'll drop a harvester. Then I can. It's a bit easier to concentrate on things. All right, let's go get this moving. And we're keeping straw. We're also on I realised there's been an update to the version as well, Sim, because the reason we didn't have very good textures is because it was had an update. I think that's something we need to do. Can I do 3 headlands? Probably not. Will get me. There we go. Living the dream now. Living the dream. This is what I had in mind for this server. I mean to have 5 of these big combines once we get it all set up and going. That's the long game. Hopefully we'll make enough money to be able to do that soon. Now I'm probably going to, just looking at what's happening here, I won't go down into that little bit, I'll stop and let these guys come back. Avoid getting in anyone's way. Right there. It's not that piece, no. That one. Alright. I'll be back in a sec, I'm just going to go let the dog outside. There we go. Right, she is suitably 1 and 2'd. Very fast and efficient. Good. Oh, my glasses are over there. Alright, now I've fallen behind. Isn't too bad, is it? Too much information. Oh. Oh, come on. Look up that headland. Okie dokie, what am I still trying to fish out? A couple of pieces up here. So one of those handle bits and a... Oh. Stella's doing good though, she's although she's been stuck at home a little bit the last couple of days and she's not too happy about that. We managed to get hold of a PlayStation game case today and Gran Turismo 7 case and it got chewed to the bin. Same case she's been able to access and it's been in the same spot for the last 3 months, but it's just... had enough of being stuck at home. Why? I mean, I must apologise to whoever was going to bail the straw behind me. It's not going too good at the moment. Yeah, 3 headlands and we're just about 50% of the way through this field. This farm's almost not big enough for this size combine, is it? Alright, here we go. Let's carry on here. One thing I do like with this Carter stuff is they do things slightly differently. Unique ways of doing things, which is kind of cool. Some methodologies you might not have seen. It's tight. Oh, that's good. It's on as far as it goes. Whoops. Alright, back ourselves up. How you doing, Van Ham Gaming? Good to see you. Dropping in and leave a sub. Have a great streamer. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Here we go. There's the sub to go with it. Thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate that. Just in time to watch me show you I can't drive straight, even with guidance steering. Alright. Here and that through there, it's good. And through here and that through there. And then they go. That. This is our steering axle, I imagine, because that's the line to go like that, and it's like that. This goes up underneath here somewhere. That and that. Probably. Bring that gear back up. Okay, it does too. There we go. Not much to turn it. There we go. Oh, and then I'll proceed to touch the edit button, like crikey. You know what? These guys are good. There's no point me even being here. I'm going to go down and start the next field. Right in a straight line. Oh my. Gilby's scared. Don't blame you, Gilby. I'm scared. This controller's got worse and worse and worse as the evening's gone on. Reading. Alright. Far away from next field segment. Hasn't created a course on this one yet. There you go. Put 3 on because I don't know if we'll do 3, but put it on anyhow. Def Leppard on Saturday. Share. That'll be fun. Bet you're looking forward to that. Alright, let's see if we can get this going in the right direction. Always turning that off. And figure out what we've done here and what we haven't done. We haven't done this. Piper's probably now going, bloody hell, Argsy, I'm going to have to go all the way over there to unload you too. Well, Hyper, that's just what happens in the big jobs. Feel free to share them on Discord too. Share away. See what I did there? Did we work out why the money was going down while FSG was spreading fertilizer in the last video? A lot of people have suggested maybe we had the worker ice fertilizer mod turned on. I don't know if we did or not. That was FSG doing that side of things. But that would certainly explain why we were in the position we were. So yeah, hopefully that might answer it. What do we get though? Third time seeing them share. I'll just about know you by name now, won't they? Be like, oh my god, it's Def Leppard, and they'll be going, oh my god, it's Share. jump the gun, and put those in the middle. This way. Slide that out, and then I can do it in the slightly backwards manner, but still end up with the same result. Feel free to dip whenever you need to. Okay. Alright, I need to pay attention here because we're about to go around a corner. Look how well we'll go around this corner. I wanted to go around the corner. Here we go. Well, this is a bit smoother, isn't it, than the last few balls? Going a little bit better. Right, on here, I need to find that piece. Yeah. I'm going back to this because I feel like it should be in amongst here, but at least handlebar piece. There it is. Just because it is in there. And then what about this 2-point oval? Oh, that's there. Okay, here we go. Oh, what you need. Slow down. 2 concerts on consecutive nights, what are the chances? This looks to be a bit like a... Is this going to be a front or a rear linkage? Probably a rear linkage. Oh, no, it does have a front, but I don't think this is it. Oh no, this must be it. Like that. Absolutely is it, because it's going on above the steering. Oh, the orange is, the orange there is like a PTO. So that's simplifying. Both on work nights as well. Alright, there you go, this is pretty cool. Looking across this big field there, you can see combines and grain cart moving around, so that's what we like. Ah, stickers. Boom. Get to that part of the page. I should actually show you the telehandler I put the stickers onto. Combine, sorry, not telehandler. I wonder if they put them in here because this is the sticker that goes on. Right. It's backwards. So we'll make it down to the bottom of the field, easy as, only 50% full. Makes Hyper's job a little bit easier. on that. And what do you reckon? Do we do our sticker? Figure of concentration doing that. Here we go. Got it right. Except I put those on the run. Facing forward. We're only just going to make it down to the end of the field. We will. 80% full now. Easy. Easy. Room to spare. $96. Oh, don't go too far away, Hyper. 97. 98. Easy. Easy. Never in doubt. Right. Oh, this is mildly confusing. I think here actually holds. You know, this does. Alright. Go around the corner. I wanted to just turn on our rows just a go. Ready to go. That's what I'll do. Start squaring things up. Okay, firstly though. Puts all the way over here the other side. Just around and this bit. And then we can actually go down the bottom of the field and come back up along. Oh, pink pass. That was done. And at the same time, looks like we're seeding the other field. That's good. Where's the beauty is, if we can get whatever's being seeded in there, is that sorghum going in there that Rex is planting. Get some sorghum planted now, we can probably actually get some sorghum planted in here too. No, that's not what I want. It's not over. Oh, Stella, you got no water. Can you give me some water, please, Matt? Right. Here we go. A little bit of cab driving for a change. Grass or alfalfa in the field. Oh yeah. We could almost would we be better off buying 5 for grass and alfalfa and keeping 1 for... Oh no, actually 1 would be better because 5 and 6 can eventually be ploughed together, can't they? That can be one field. Like 7 and 4 will be 9, 7 and 4 will be. So yeah, 1 makes sense. We could do half grass, half hay, half alfalfa, something like that. Open to whatever. I said on Discord that it's been really cool to see the servers being well populated. And we've only got this and Schweizing Bahnhof and the mining server, the 3 sort of running at the moment. I think Saxingham has found itself to a natural progression of completion, and otherwise, James is home, so Stella's going to get horribly excited. Yeah, kind of found a natural progression, a natural ending. Essentially be excited when you go. Finish that. Finish. I don't know. Clover's better than alfalfa, is it? I guess it depends what's going to be best for us for food as well. We're doing it more for sheep food because we've got a sheep pasture. Stella! Sorry. She suddenly decided she wants to yap. Yippity yap. It's very hard to tell what goes where. That goes here. Yeah. Yeah. That one's back quite further. Like that. There we go. That's better. Goes on there, and then number 5 is our sticker selection. Put that on before we put this on. It's there we go. Sorted. I hope we'll be able to spin around and unload us because we were getting close to full, 78%. But we were keeping an eye on that on 39 is this one, which goes back around there. We were watching Simple Inspector in the corner, actually as it is. Done. Let's unload on the stationery here. It's the same as alpha when it comes to animal food. I think it yields better too. Okay. Oh, could be worth trying out. Could be worth giving a shot. here. Locally. Hope you're watching. Right. This has actually been out catching up with a friend who's moved up to Auckland. She wanted a shout out. Alright. Being a bit naughty now because I'm just doing that by look, not by actually inspecting the pieces and finding the right ones. Also need to check that we've got the seasonal wool mod installed, because that was part of what we were going to do on this too. Alright, there we go. Another sticker on that side. And one of these on. I imagine these are going to be mounting fenders on. Guess what those bits are for? There we go. One of those on top. Alright, I really should be doing is getting some screenshots of this for the next thumbnail, but not too worried about that. Alright, there we go. Now these from the front, black one like so. One either side. Oops. Now, put off. Hang on, what's going on here? Down a bit lower. Behind, and then the wings. I always refer to these bits as wings because you know as a kid they were always the wings you'd use if you're making an aeroplane. Well, this is kind of cool. That clips into there. Okay, which since it's over top, that's going to make it so that the hood can be opened. That's kind of neat. And this is honestly, this is cool. This is what I wanted with this server, was these big fields and big equipment running in them. I know that first field we did really was too small. Only 17 acres. What's this one? 46, so 3 times as big. What they're made for. But imagine once those 3 are joined. Get into those, or you know, these ones here are joined. Make it some fun harvests. Right. So, okay, there we go. That stops. Of course, this is the bit that's so flimsy. Oh my goodness, you guys would not believe. I knew this was going to be a problem. It's such a flimsy piece. and you've got something that wants to put twist on it. Why would you do that? And how did your product testing not? And I know the answer to this one. They didn't do any product testing. How did you not figure that out? Alright, I'm going to park the Lego there. Park the tractor. Got a bit of a shape going on there. You know what's going on a little bit more now. Hood, front 3-point, axle, front axle, rear axle. Steer. So some of this turning lock, I'm sure I've turned more than that before. Has some stoppers on it. Anyhow, here we go. Alright, let's finish off this little section in here. Do a couple more passes and then I think it's time for us to park up, get off the bed, and leave the last little bit to be done. It's good. So you just reiterate what we talked about earlier, this weekend, so the football's finished for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So Saturday morning we're going to be up and catching up with Welsh Farmer and Farmer Sim on their channels on the Farmer's Table. I'm looking forward to doing that, so please make sure you jump in and join them. And on Sunday morning we'll get up and see about doing a stream. How I'm doing. All Blacks on Saturday night, so it'll be a late night. Ending. I found these wheels on the header do crop construction, by the way. I do want to put that stubble into my map. Well, I like that stubble. On your single player playthrough on this map, you set yourself up on the farm over on the other side, the east side. And by east you mean west. Fields are more square and bigger despite the fence. Still a great map. Yeah. This is awesome, Gilby. I agree. For that. In fact, if I was really quick. Let's see if I can quickly. Grab a couple of screenshots for the end. Can't spell, can't type. Yeah. That's solid. That's cool. Probably the biggest case combines money can buy. And a good Scottish whiskey to go with it. But yes, Farmer's Table would be cool. And we'll see what we do on Sunday. Now, Chinlick's invited me to play a game with him as well and do a multiplayer stream at some stage with him playing something completely different. So we'll see if we can work out a time that works for us both. His new job might make that a little bit hard, but we'll see if we can make it work. It'll be a bit of fun, something a little bit different for the channel. And I've also got a video coming out, not tomorrow, but the next day, so Friday morning. It's also not Farming Simulator. It's a demo of a game that's been on Steam that I kind of like the look of. It's kind of cool. It's just literally me playing this game for half an hour. Just talking as we go, so interested to see what people think of that. Right. I'll put that weed, man. finish this little bit of harvesting, okay? It was an awesome screenshot, Farmerson. It's even cooler when it's not a, you know, it's not auto-driving courseplay doing it, it's actually 4 people. And we've got a 5th over planting some sorghum. It's cool. Oh, you put one in Discord too, Gilby. Nice. I'll be sure to look at it. Alright, we'll turn around and do this last little strip so we finish on this side, and in fact, I mean, as much as I said, like, by the time I've done this, these guys will have a pass each back up, or that is at the front. Who is that? Mark. Mark can go down and back. You'll be done. Lacey Trek, how you doing? Good to see you, welcome along. Channel member as well. Okay, there. Alright, here we go, last one. Right. I need to go help my society. It's getting impatient. It's gonna be a frosty, it's very cold here tonight. Very clear, very calm evening, so just gonna put some frost cloth over the plants outside. Let's open the door. Can't let her go and do it on her own. Alright, just about the end of the row. That's us done. Let's HUD back on so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just worried about the field of view. 30% in here, 5.5 successes. 3, 2, 1, done. Alright. Coming right down the other end, okay? Oops. I can drive in a straight line. Be quicker. Alright, that didn't take long to harvest those 2 fields, did it? The straw to collect now though. Bale up and collect. Alright, well, we'll park this here just so it's a bit out of the way. Looks like the truck is chocker. I'm not going to fit any more in there anyhow. That'll go up into the silos, so we'll leave that part there so Hyper can come and unload it when he's done, and we'll call that quits. So thank you everyone, appreciate you being here this evening. Hope you've enjoyed that. It's good to actually get into the field and do some work after the starting we had and having to find some work to do, but otherwise have a good rest of your week. Thank you all for tuning in this evening, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you then, bye.